Welcome to the Sandersonian Institute of Cosmere Studies, where there's always another secret.
It is a tradition, right before Dragonsteel, for us to do this with Brandon's big reveals. This is the Wind and Truth title belt. We will have 4 contestants today. The first, she is going to be a Jawa coming here to the wonder that is the Dragonsteel Expo. Everyone, give a warm welcome to Amy! Amy, why are you going to win the Wind and Truth title belt?
Because chaos. Jawa chaos.
Because chaos. I like it. I like it. All right. He's a man who has a collection of Brandon Sanderson books that are to be the envy of any collector. That's a great sentence. Good job, me. It is Bill. You're muted.
Of course I am.
There we go. All right. And our third contestant making her first appearance here. She is not a tiny Libra. She is Libralita. And last but not least, this is where I normally make some sort of joke about me being not a scientist, but a game show host, but instead, he's a man who is barely contained by his rage right now because he has been struggling for 45 minutes versus his own broadcast software and can't appear on the stream tonight. You better give applause because he is just a hair's breadth away on the hair trigger. It's Jordan! That's right, we've had the episode with no Jordan voice. Welcome to the episode with no Jordan visual.
Face.
All right. This is the title belt. If you would like to participate and you are here live, it is the current pinned comment. Click the link there. You can start filling it out. If you are not live, it is in the description below. It is a link to a Google document. You will be putting in your predictions for Wind and Truth. The person with the highest score will be the winner of the prize. What is the prize? It is 3 things. 1, the Shash brand beanie, and 2 together, it's going to be there was a musical cue that you 3 can't hear. It's great. Anyway, no, it's going to be there's a t-shirt and a pair of socks that are now available on the BrandonSanderson.com store, and if you get the highest score, you will get to pick your choice of which Radiant order you want. We will get you this t-shirt and the socks to match. So you're going to want to participate. Gang, I am so sorry for all the technical issues.
Hey, they weren't your fault.
I'd like to think
I'm not letting him get away with it.
Look, no, I have given the proper offerings to the Omnissiah. I have used the correct oils. These Warhammer jokes are definitely working for some people more than others. Anyway, all right. So the way this is going to work, I am just going to go through and I just realized I only asked Amy why she's going to win the title belt. Look, I am frazzled today. Anyway.
Because I am, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. All right. So there's going to be, just like in Mistborn, we had 16 questions. For Wind and Truth, we will have 10 questions. It's a numbers thing. It's really clever on my part. All right. So each one is going to be worth different amounts of points. And I will go on a circle. And we are going to start with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bill. First question. Bill, are you ready?
Sure, why not?
All right, for 5 points. Will Thaidakar make an appearance in this book? You have 3 options. Yes, in person, meaning we see his physical body. 2, yes, via some form of visual communication, like a Sion possibly. Or 3, no.
I will say 2, through some sort of visual communication.
All right, perfect. Amy, what is your prediction?
I'm going to go with in person because that would be a really, I mean, I don't know that that's what people would expect to be the big moment, but it'd be kind of a fun one that boom, there's Thaidakar.
All right. And finally, Libralita.
I will go with the second one because I'm a very big proponent of Thaidakar Skype call, and I think not only will we get one, we will get two, and Shalon will have a Thaidakar Skype call. That is my prediction.
All right. I like it. I like it. Me personally, I'm going to go with actually no this time. I think we're going to get one of his lieutenants talking to her. And I think it's going to basically be gloves off like, hey, if you want to kill Mraze, we really won't be broken up about it.
Okay. By the way, I really, really want an off-Broadway production, one-man show called Boom, Thaidakar.
They might work. There might be something coming for it. I like this. It'll be up there with a hero for all ages. All right. The second question. Another small point one. This one's worth 3 points with a potential 2 bonus points. Will Moash survive this book? If the answer is no, then you have to predict who kills him, and that'd be the extra bonus points. Your options are yes, Storm Moash, or you have to pick someone who will kill him. And we'll start with Amy this time.
Syl kills him. I'm going to go with Syl.
Syl. Okay, interesting.
We're just going off the cuff. The Jawa Chaos,
All right.
tonight, right?
Yeah, Jawa Chaos. That's going to be a weird mission name. Libralita.
I am going to go with... I'm going to go with no. I think Kaladin will kill him. Mostly because I don't think I could handle 10 years of Moash discourse.
All right. Bill.
Okay, before I say anything, I have a question. Are we drawing on information that we have gleaned from the preview chapters?
Oh, right. This is normally stuff we would have talked about before.
Right.
But before was just chaos and madness. So we are not discussing anything from the pre-chapters here tonight. This is for everyone. But you can use information you have gleaned from it. You just don't make it clear.
Don't explain why.
Yeah.
I am going to say no, he does not survive, and he is killed by Gavinor.
All right. All right. I'm saying he's going to survive. I think we're getting not 10 more years of Moash discourse. We're getting 20 more years. Because there's going to be quite a gap between this book and the next one.
Shh, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like it,
for the
brother.
record, most people think he's going to survive. Currently at around 75%. All right. But seriously, Storm Moash. Here's where we really start to get into fun. And you may go ahead and explain yourself if you wish to. This is for another 5 points. Predict the name of a new world hopper we've never seen appear on Roshar before who will appear in this book. And for the record, Rosharan physical and cognitive realms count for this. So Spren transitioning from the cognitive to the physical do not count.
Okay. So basically someone from not Roshar being on Roshar.
Correct.
Okay.
That we haven't seen before. So if anyone here says Vivina, you didn't understand the question.
That we haven't seen in Stormlight before.
Yeah, in Stormlight before.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to predict a character that doesn't exist yet.
Right.
It was like, good luck.
I'm going first, correct?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot that important part because I was looking over people's predictions. I'm good at this.
Do shards count? Like, if another shard appeared, would that be considered a world hopper? Like,
if they're not invested, I would say in that situation, it has to sort of be like how Odium did it in Oathbringer, where you see like a projected physical form.
A manifestation.
Yeah, a manifestation. That's a good way to put it.
An
It has
avatar
to be something like
of
that.
some
They
sort.
can't, because technically they're all everywhere at once.
Yeah.
So I think it has to, they have to sort of,
okay.
They have to have something akin to feet that touch ground.
Okay. I won't go the shard route. I'll say Kaisei. She will appear.
K-Ice?
K-Ice. Yeah.
Is that code names?
Elantrian.
Yes,
Yes.
code names.
Okay,
Code
code
names
names
are
are stupid.
Yeah. That's the name I
Elantria
remember.
names are stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know
All
if I
right,
pronounced it right.
Bill.
I will say Twinsel.
All right. Amy.
So is it a specific name or
You can
mean,
explain yourself if
Yeah.
so
you're-
I'm dang it. The one I'm predicting is something. I guess it's from Sunlit Man, so it's safe to say. So I'm guessing somebody from the
Canticle?
Threnodite
Oh, the
like police.
Oh, the Night
force.
Brigade?
Yeah, I'm gonna say a Night
Oh,
Brigade
the Night
person.
Brigade.
A Night Brigade person.
Hmm.
I don't know who from there, but like I'm guessing some.
Yeah, well, because we don't have a lot of names for that. I think that's
Mhm.
fair.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you know
I
what?
was-
I kind of like that because we do know they're chasing Dawn Shards.
And maybe that's
and
what
they're-
sparks.
Yeah.
Nomads.
Okay, that's an interesting one. That's not one I've seen. I like this. Okay.
Job on chaos today.
Yeah. No, that doesn't sound chaos. That's, I think, a very well thought out answer.
I felt very, very drawn to a lot of the ones that we saw in the Lost Metal, just because
Because you can see that making more sense. Yeah.
well, because timeline wise they're close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and at least they're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I am, and this is going to tie into my big prediction later. I am going with the shard we don't know the name of yet.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Interesting.
But yeah.
Hmm.
But that'll tie into my big prediction, which is the traditional last question.
Okay.
So I can't really explain it because I gotta explain it there. All right. So question number 4. Predict a character we'll get an interlude chapter from that we've never seen before. And for the record, if they got revealed in the preview chapters, even if you guess them, you get nothing. Sorry. So I guess I'll go first with this one. My guess is Ba Otto Mishram. I think we're gonna get one from her, mostly because he gave us the Midnight Mother, or not Midnight Mother. It was Ray Shafir. No, she's the Midnight Mother. What am I thinking of? What's the word I'm looking for?
Sha-Anat?
Sha-Anat. Thank you. My brain got it was like a 2-stroke engine. It just couldn't make the turn. Bill.
Give me 1 sec.
I will give you 1 sec. Amy.
Oh, I okay.
Oh, you meant literally.
Godeki.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Remind me who's Godeki again?
He's the edge dancer.
Oh, okay, that's right. So I'm gonna go with the Cultivation's daughter, the one who gives the
Night Watcher?
gifts. Night Watcher, yes. So Night
right.
Watcher.
Libralita.
I don't remember his name. He's in the Colbard Guard. He might be going on an adventure with Eidolon. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
Felt?
No.
Or is it?
No.
I can't remember his name. Dang it.
Well, while you're looking for it, there's been some
Okay.
interesting predictions here that I'll go through. 2 people have said the Stormfather, which I think is
That's not a bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is it Fisk?
Possibly.
That's the head of the Cobalt Guard.
No, that's
Current one is
the
Fisk.
Kingpin.
And there's T-Bon, Marks, Milan, and Cohen.
It might be Cohen. Let me look at my thing because I have notes.
someone has predicted Diagonarthus, or however the Fisher Unmade named is spelled.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Diagonarthus,
That one's we don't know much about, like, if anything.
Yeah.
the Black Fisher.
Other ones, Cultivation, Pattern, which is one that we somehow never have gotten his perspective on anything.
That's true.
I got the
And then,
name. It's Colot. Sorry.
Colot. Okay.
Oh, was he the one who left? Who had been Cobalt Guard and then?
He was going to try and become a Radiant, but he left, and he's still in the Cobalt Guard.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. Someone guessed Arklow, which I do think a Sleepless is a good prediction, because the only Sleepless perspective we've ever gotten is the brief window we got from what was his name in Dawnshard? Her fake assistant.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot.
I forget his name.
I for one
though.
don't want any of their perspectives.
It's a super
I don't
long
like
name.
I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. I don't like them. Brandon can't make me like them.
He'll try though.
He will. But he's not tricking me with a dog this
Nickley?
time. It's not like
Nickley, that's it.
Nickley. Yeah, Nickley.
Yeah.
All right. And then someone guessed Maraise, which would be another really good one.
Has he
I'm looking
not
for...
had? Has he not?
We've
had
never
a
seen
POV?
anything from his perspective. No, never.
Yeah, the closest thing we got was
The
Mem.
The Ash.
the washer.
Oh,
lady.
Mem. Yeah.
All right. Fifth question. Will anyone swear the fifth ideal? That's for 5 points. And if so, who? 5 points if you guess them correctly. You can only guess one character. No shotgunning an answer to this.
Just name all the Radiants.
Yeah, name everyone at the fourth ideal. Just go. All right, Bill, you're up first.
I'll go with oh gosh. I'll go with Zeth.
All right, Amy.
Stump.
Although Zeth's only on his third, but I can still.
I'm going with Stump. Just
All right.
because we haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
Indeed. Libra.
Kaladin. Going with the easy one.
It is the basic answer, but it is also narratively the one that makes
Sometimes
the
it's
most
solid.
sense.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
if none of y'all guessed my first instinct, I'm going to change my answer.
The one I was going to say was also Zeth myself. But
Okay, then I'm
my second answer was going to be Dalinar.
Okay, then I'm going to change my answer.
Okay.
Yasna.
Yes.
Ooh.
We haven't seen her swear any of her oaths, so that'd be fun.
Exactly.
So seeing number 5 would be big.
Yeah.
Well, she's been on, we suspect, 4 for a while.
Yeah.
That's true.
It seems hinted at she probably was there during Oathbringer.
Because yeah, she was doing armory stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, and she's been a Radiant for quite a while.
Yeah. Isn't it confirmed in Rhythm War? Because like that's kind of the
Yeah.
plan is like that's like how it works is because like Dalinar, Yasna, and Zeth were all like pretty high, and so like high in their ideal, so like they would have been fine. I think that's what it's said in Rhythm War.
I have a
Yeah.
I have a question. When you
Okay.
say fifth, is the F in fifth capitalized? Because technically Shallan has done 5.
I see what you're saying.
So-
Yes. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I wanted to point out something to have a little discussion on this because one person put for their answer Shallan if she hasn't already. The F is so here's the thing.
You
It's
mean it
actually not,
capitalized?
it's a capital 5 the way I wrote it because I wrote it F5TH. And so you ask if it's capitalized, and I'm like, oh, how did I? Well, that's a problem. In my head, it was a capital F.
Okay.
I see your point, though. That's a good point. But
No
do
cheating.
we think that how many O's do we think she's done though?
She's repeated some. That doesn't count. She's just like
No, but
She
I think it is interesting. Like, how far do we think she got with Testament?
Well, she got a.
How far do we
she
think
got a
she
shard
got?
blade.
And just
So that's shoot. Is that 2 or is that 3? to get the shard blade.
I think that's 3.
So I think
Really-
she's got at least 3 with Testament, and then she's done shoot. Has she
She's
done
at 4.
Remember,
Oh.
we're not talking about
Anyway,
what we've already read. So.
So what with pattern, it was the first truth was that she killed her dad in Way of Kings, and then Words of Radiance, she said some truth about 10. I don't remember specifically. And then that would have gotten her, because I think that's probably the only other truth. I don't know. And then
Let's see, Coppermind.
I don't know.
Well, and then like the reabsorption of Veil was part of one.
Yeah. I'd have to reread Words of Radiance because I wonder how it works with Shalon getting her pattern blade and then also being able to create illusions. But I don't even know if Lightweaver truths fit that formula because they're kind of weird.
yeah, and her Coppermind page is long, but it doesn't have it. Just like here's her oaths. It doesn't have that section.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure.
according to the Coppermind, her truths she spoke she's spoken are I'm terrified and I'm a murderer. I killed my father. They don't have her.
Yeah.
They don't have anything from when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
right. Because her terrified was her first soul casting the blood, and
Yeah.
then the second one was with Yasna going to Shadesmar. So I don't know what how much that counts. I don't know. Shalon's a weird case, and I don't know if we should be looking at her for
Lightweavers
examples.
are yeah.
They're already
Lightweavers
weird,
are a weird one.
but I don't know if Shalon's redoing things. I don't know.
She's her own special kind of everything.
I don't know. It's a fascinating concept, and I don't know. I'll be very interested to see where she goes. All right, this is pure math.
Oh no.
This is the one I always do because this one amuses me to no end. This is how many times will storms, or storming be used as swear words? You lose a point for each one you're off. You can't go into the negatives though. The math is that in Rhythm of War, this occurred 1,339 times. I counted them all. Over 1,239 pages. Wind and Truth is slightly bigger at 1,344 pages. So, Amy, we'll let you go first.
We're gonna go with 1,500 just to do
All right.
off the cuff.
1,500. All right. Libralita.
1,444.
I like it. Bill.
Okay, so repeat. You said that
1,339 times in Rhythm of War, and this book is slightly bigger.
as like in the context of swearing and not referring to actual storms.
Yes, because I went through the ebook and I just storm, and then I just went through each one and I read the context for each one.
Oh man.
Wow.
Bless your effort. Because that's a lot.
I'm a dedicated man. I'm just
And
not.
how many
I'm
wa-
just not a
one more
visual
time, how
man
many was it?
currently.
One more time, how many was it?
1,339 times, basically leet number of times, just 2 over, and there's more pages this time.
I will say 1441 because it's symmetrical.
Ooh. I like the idea that Brandon might have counted. I'll be honest, I wrote down my answer, but I forgot what I said. So I think I said 1516.
There you go.
But I'm just guessing. All right. This is the one. This is because we know what the plan is because he said it at the end of the most recent book. It's just a question of whether or not it'll stay the plan. Who will be Dalinar's champion for 8 points? He said he's planning on doing it himself, but whether or not it stays that way, who knows? Libralita, you get first crack at this.
Dalinar will be his own champion.
All right. Bill.
Oh gosh. I think it'll be Dalinar.
All right. Amy.
Oh, I'm torn between Adolin or Kaladin. I think I'm gonna go with Kaladin.
All right.
Probably
And then
wrong.
I'm
but that's what
I'm going with something Brandon always talks about is what is a narrative about. It's about setups and payoffs. And I've been thinking hard about this, and I think this book is about symmetry. I'm going to guess Zeth's son Honor.
Okay.
The idea started with Zeth killing Gavilar, and it's going to end with Zeth. Plus, Zeth has one really big advantage no one else has in Nightblood that could be a big problem.
Yeah.
It's already killed one Odium. And the other thing is, I think there's something to be said for just narratively Zeth needing to sort of just determine what is right for once in his life and not rely on someone else. But that's, for the record, almost everyone says Dalinar and thinks it's going to stick according to plan.
That cover is pretty convincing.
It is pretty convincing. It's one of those things that I think it's the safer pick. It's definitely the safer pick. If you're putting money on it, you're gonna say Dalinar. But I'm not putting money. I'm putting points. But everyone said Dalinar. One person, before our answers here, one person said Kaladin, and then I said Zeth. So most people are sticking with Dalinar. All right. Companion question. Who will be Odium's champion for the contest? Let's see. Who did I have go first?
Not me. It wasn't me last time.
Okay, so Bill.
I've been saying it jokingly for a long time just to make Amy squirm, but I genuinely think it's going to be Gavin.
No, I don't like it. No.
All right, Amy, who
L.
doesn't like the Gavinor answer?
L, the mysterious, scary guy that we had at the end.
I like L. I think it's a fun little pick.
It's a good. I think it's a very strong guess.
He's the boogeyman,
So far, kind of is. Libra.
Adolin.
All right. My prediction is Renarin Kholin. So this is my logic. My logic here is that Taravangian, before he got assaulted by Race, he was specifically sticking around Renarin. He understands more so than anyone else because he saw it when Odium was showing him the vision that Renarin is a blind spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he could convince Renarin that what they need is to be unpredictable and could find a way to twist things in such a way that Renarin thinks he has to do this to save the world or something.
I mean, he is working with an enlightened corrupted Spren.
Yeah. And so I don't know. It's one of these things that I'm looking at and I think there could be something interesting there. Then it also goes with my prediction of Zeth, and Zeth is stuck in a situation where he has to kill another Kholin.
Oh, man.
But we shall see. Some of the predictions that are here that are interesting. A couple people guessed Gavinor because, yes, we have that death rattle. We have an Adolin. We have a Zeth, which would also be, I have to admit, have another certain symmetry to it. That somehow Taravangian gets Zeth. There again. Someone says Odium himself, which would be interesting. And then the most interesting answer that I see here, the Spren of the Everstorm. That is something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it is different.
But it is interesting because we know there has to be one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be as sentient or personality-ish.
Yeah. My guess is partially based on nothing that's been actually said in the preview chapters, but some speculation I've made based on stuff I've read in the preview chapters.
Okay.
Which you said we're not discussing. So
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we'll try and avoid that so people can do it. All right.
Read it fresh.
Question number 9. This is you're gonna pick. This is the one Amy loves. This is her favorite question. You have to pick 3 characters you think will die this book. Each one is worth 6 points, but if you get all 3, you get a bonus 2 points. Now, I decided I needed to be more specific in the Brandon universe what death means nowadays. So death means in this scenario, they go to the beyond. Near death or cognitive shadow shenanigans don't count. So I think
we have
Amy,
to name
you're first,
3.
right? Yep, 3. We did this exact same question with Alloy of Law.
Was it, or Lost Metal, you mean?
Or Lost Metal, yeah. Sorry, Alloy of Law.
Yeah, I was like, Alloy, no, we weren't doing this yet.
Yeah.
Because it was out, or almost out. Anyway,
Yep. And I'm making Amy go first.
Oh, of course you are. Moash, that's my first one, because he needs to die.
You already predicted that.
Yeah, just doubling down on that one. Who else? The Spren who was the captain, the honor Spren who was the captain of that boat that helped them out.
Notun.
Yeah, Notum.
All right, I like that.
I don't like that. He's cute.
I know, but I'm just I don't know. I'm going off the cuff, and these answers I have no idea how well I do in these things ever. For the third one, shoot, that's hard. Who would the third one be? Oh, it hurts to say, but Dalinar.
There we go. I'm like, come on, you got to predict one of the big trio.
Yeah.
All right, Libralita.
Well, I predicted Moash was dying, so Moash. I think in Rhythm of War, he said he wanted to kill Leshwi, so I'll say that too. I'll say he'll kill Leshwi. I really don't want this to happen, but I'm gonna say Gox. He's so cute, and I want him to be a nice. I want him to be a nice emperor, but I'm concerned about him, so I don't want it, but I will say it.
Oh.
All right, Bill.
I will say Moash, Ishar, and so
Ishar's a good one.
Yeah.
Ishar's a good one. That's a.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we've had confirmation of this individual's death. I know we have of someone else, but Zeth's sister.
Oh. So in this question, Jordan, would it count that you see the death in the flashback?
It would depend because, like, if someone predicts like Zeth's father, I would say it doesn't count because Ishar's claimed he's already done it.
And yeah.
So let's say someone's reading Weight of Kings and they say, "I think Tien is going to be dead." Would that count? Like they're reading?
No, because not really, because it's right at the start, and also they wouldn't know who Tien is in the Way of Kings.
Mm.
I mean, throughout the book.
But we
I
know,
don't know if he
you know,
explicitly
he's
says
dead
it.
right off the bat. Like,
Okay.
that would already be in the preview chapters in that instance if it were like moved over to today.
Okay,
It had
my
to be
bad
someone.
example.
It had to be someone that, for some reason, we have no way of knowing if they're alive or dead in
Right,
the current circumstance.
and that's
So
why
Way
I
of
say,
King's a tough one to use as an example.
okay, here's one though. Like I'm not going to say like this
Yeah.
isn't my guess, but like let's say somebody guessed Naturo believing that he wasn't actually dead and that Ishar was lying.
Yeah, if they say
And so
that, then yeah, that would be
So, like,
that'd be a different thing.
So it's like not in a flashback, but we'll see him and we'll see
Yeah.
him die.
Exactly.
Okay. No, I'm going to stick with Zeth's sister.
Okay. I like that.
I hope
So
not.
the three I wrote down were Zeth, Dalinar, and Mraize. I think Mraize is gonna get it.
Or Eatil.
But
Eatil's scary too.
yeah, no, Eatil, we pretty much know she's alive
Yeah.
because of Lost Metal. We know she's running
yeah.
amok on Roshar,
Yeah.
unless it's not
But he
Eatil.
doesn't say Mraize,
Anyway,
so like, that's a good one too. Mraize is a good one too, because he doesn't say Mraize.
So there's a theory I very recently discovered that there's a part of me that really likes it, that Mraize is a sleepless.
What?
He's got all those scars all over his body.
The scars actually is an interesting.
And so someone threw that out there. It's like, who is this Thaylen man that, Eatil took interest in? And then my brain then goes to, we know there's one sleepless that betrayed all the others.
Shallan stabs him and he just turns into bugs. That'd be horrific.
But he's attractive. It's not okay to have an attractive one of them. No.
He's not an attractive bug. He's an attractive lots of bugs.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's worse. No.
Oh, okay. So here's some other people's predictions. I just sort of want us to maybe go through a few of them in terms of how much it would hurt you if this were true.
Torture session. Yay.
So I'm glad Bill said Ishar, because that was actually going to be one that I like. Because this person wrote down Dalinar, Ishar, and the Stormfather.
Okay.
Which
I can
is,
see that working.
That's an interesting one. Kaladin, Zeth, and Lirin.
Oof. I keep hesitating because I guess this is the book that we get all of Zeth's flashbacks, but I kept thinking that he was in the back five, like his flashback was there, but no, it's this book. So
yeah, I think Zeth is a good prediction as well. He seems primed and ready for heroic sacrifice equals redemption type of thing.
I disagree. I think that he kind of just wants to die right now, and I think that he is going to learn to live again, and I think that then him dying would be kind of weird in anticlimactic. So I think I'm the weird one. I think Kaladin and Zeth are pretty safe this book.
See, it's funny because that's literally my logic for why Kaladin won't die, is because it's what Kaladin's wanted for so long, and Kaladin never gets what he wants. And having to learn how to live would be the harder thing for him.
I mean, he's been ready to sacrifice himself for all of these books, and then it's like, no, you don't get to die. Not okay.
Meanwhile, I think Zeth actually kind of has earned his rest.
But then what's going to happen with Nightblood?
He's going to destroy evil. I don't know what you're concerned about.
Vasher gets him again.
Oh boy.
I mean, Vivin has been looking for him.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. This one, Leshwi, Adolin, and Mraize. So Mraize is another popular one.
Don't like the Adolin being in there. Nope.
Kaladin, Adolin, and Navani.
No! Navani's my favorite. You can't do this.
No, I'm not okay with that.
No.
And then the one that hurts me the most is this one. Mraize, I don't care. And then the person's next to her just stabs right to the heart. Lopen and Syl.
Also, no.
No.
Nope.
Lopen dying would be one of the most
Yeah, well,
horrific things to happen in these books.
I mean, especially
it's
after
also
Lost Metal. Just
It's
Brandon's been that kind of mean before.
Oh, I
yes, he
know.
has.
I know.
And I'm glad you mentioned the Lost Metal, because yes, he feels the same void as Wayne. So if he does go, it better be epic. The way, maybe not to the same degree that Wayne's was, because Wayne saved an entire planet
Mhm.
with the biggest explosion in the history of the world, as confirmed by God himself. But
Lowercase g.
yeah. Well, look, what the concept of what God is in this universe is very confusing.
Too many of those.
There's a lot of little G gods running around. Some of them even believe it. Shar.
Okay, let's be a little bit fair. Like, the Lord Ruler moved a planet. I think he can have the title of God. Like, that's pretty crazy. And change all our genetics. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I
we lost her. She became the ceiling.
The
Plot
Lord
twist I
Ruler
didn't
got
see.
me.
All right. So this is the last one. This is the big fat bold prediction where you get to make a free prediction. I'm going to go first just to sort of give a feeling. So basically, the bigger the prediction, the more points you can get. So the max is 20 points. So 1/5 of the entire score is this. So so my prediction that I wrote down. The book ends with Taravangian becoming war. They lose and Taravangian is free, but the shard that has been trying to remain hidden for the entirety of existence that we don't know the name of is going to show up and do something. Like, it's been waiting for this moment to do something to screw Taravangian over. Someone's finally going to intervene the way that, these shards have needed to for a while. And it's going to, but doing so is going, because it's dangerous for Roshar to do things. I think what happened on Ashen might happen again on Roshar, and it's going to end with some number of characters, I don't know who, going to Ashen again. So that's my biggest prediction, is the Ashen thing. I think we're going back to Ashen for the second half of the books.
Okay. That makes sense with the whole, the first 5 are about the Knights Radiant, and the back 5 are the Heralds.
Yeah.
And
the
where
thing
the Heralds
is,
from Ashen.
Ashen,
and the thing is, especially what we've been told is it's dangerous because Honor's not here to sort of rein everyone in the way it was before. We have a Shar running around doing all sorts of voodoo going on.
Yeah.
Dalinar is reaching his powers. We now have Navani reaching through stuff. Taravangian is going to be messing with all kinds of stuff. So I think things could get a little explodey.
Okay.
Yeah. So who wants to go next? I'm not going to demand anything.
I've got one.
All right.
I've got mine. Because I've had this one for a while. I think Siat Anat is going to create a bondsmith.
Any predictions on who?
If not Siat Anat, then Ba'aro Mishram, but I think it's going to be Siat Anat. I think one of the Unmade will create a bondsmith.
She's wanted to be a god.
Exactly.
Any prediction who?
And she's able. There was a mention like she's creating these enlightened versions of Spren, but we don't have an enlightened greater Spren. One of the big, like a sibling or a Stormfather. And I think Siat Anat is going to seek that position.
That is,
I don't know.
That was a theory that some people had posited out there on Reddit I'd seen, where Dalinar was on his way to sort of doing a similar thing with the Thrill back in his early days, where he was becoming one with it and was going to bond it more fully when he became the champion.
But just because at the end of Rhythm of War, the sibling kept saying, she's unmaking me. And I'm just like, if that is what unmaking is, then that kind of puts the sibling on a par with the unmade.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the unmade, Sja in particular, is going to try and create a bondsmith because, she's been creating corrupted versions of all the other Radiant Spren. And so.
All right. I like that. That's good. Amy, Libralita, either one of you ready?
I could go. It's kind of similar to yours, Jordan. I really like the war theory because I think that the future Cosmere war will probably be between Roshar and Scadrial, and I think that having a planet that's ruled by war is kind of like a very Brandon way of doing a twist on something a twist on a very old trope of like a world ruled by the god of war, that sort of thing. So I think that's probably something he's going to do.
But for some reason, I've never made that connection of a god of war, even though I've predicted this myself several times. But yeah.
And then the says it is harmony. So it's like those clashing. So that's kind of, or it'll become Discord, but we'll see about that. But what I think it goes is I think that cultivation has miscalculated with Taravangian. I think that she doesn't realize that he's not afraid to take up multiple shards like Race was, and so she won't be expecting him to take up honor, but he'll take it willingly. So
I like that. Well, because we know cultivation, you would think would know this is a risk. Like, I don't think she's walking down some primrose path thinking she's no. This is only 100% awesome and only going to do good things. I bet she seems like a risk taker to me.
I don't know. I know this is getting into previews, but
you just don't know.
I question a lot of her decisions.
Yeah, she seems like a risk taker to me. So I think it's safe to question said decisions.
For
Amy?
mine, I don't have it as fleshed out, but I've heard the theory and I kind of like it where Dalinar and Vani either become heralds or become shards. And they take up it's shards, and they take up honor and cultivation, and cultivation retires because she's a dragon, so she figures out how to do that. Apparently, I think there's a wob saying that you can drop a shard and not die. And so I figure she might do that and make Navani, cultivation, and honor be Dalinar, and then Kaladin and everybody else have to step up and take over.
We have seen people give up the power of a shard twice. Because we saw Vin do it, and we saw Kelsier.
Sorry, they're both.
But Kelsier was already a cognitive shadow, so his situation is very
well. And also, in both of those situations, they had only held it for a very short time.
So that's why I'm thinking it. Since cultivation is a dragon, that's why she can get away with.
It's like a lot of things. It's like a lot of things Brandon says when people ask, could you do this? And the answer is, with enough investiture, yeah.
We also know that you can give up the power of a Dawn Shard because Hoyt has done that.
Yeah. So that's my rough guess, is that they become.
I think it makes a lot of sense. The other version of that I've heard is that Navani and Dalinar will share the honor somehow, which it's sort of a reverse Sazed.
Yeah,
two people sharing the power of one shard.
I've also heard somebody predicting that Kaladin and Syl will hold honor.
That's the other one.
Another theory. This it's not my prediction, but it's just something that, because again, setups and payoffs. What has Kaladin always said? And it's like the wind is mine. And so part of me wonders if Kaladin and Syl somehow, their bond, that they somehow bond with the wind itself, so that it literally becomes the wind is mine. And it allows Syl to sort of expand into something more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. We know though that the Stormfather and that he was something before and he grew, so I could see it happening again.
Yeah.
You know, through O's and stuff like that, but I don't know. So let's see some of these people's some of their predictions.
Okay.
Relative to that, someone just wrote Kaladin ascending. Very vague. Can't give a ton of points on it, but if he ascends, I guess I got to give them some.
Yeah.
The scope of the Cosmere will be revealed to Navani before she dies.
Don't like that.
Everybody's been saying Dalinar is going to fail the Contest of Champions, but I say nah. Dalinar will fall, but will do so in a way that the contest is victorious if full of enough holes that Todium can wiggle a little bit. So, I don't know. Let's see. Odium will win. Roshar will become a launching point for conquest for the rest of the Cosmere. Taravangian will take up the Shard of Honor in addition to Odium. The Knights Radiant will become an underground organization working to overthrow the Odium honor regime. Also, Shallan is pregnant, which just felt like such a throw-in at the end.
That's kind of the, like, I don't know if it's going to happen, but the super dark theory is that humanity will be enslaved like the Parshendi were, and then we start Arc 2 with the only surviving like non-enslaved humans are on the Shattered Plains, and that it's just a reverse of that. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's kind of interesting.
That's again, these are books. Symmetry's big with these books, so
if Shallan is pregnant, then Adolin's prognosis is not good.
Yeah, it's over. I know how fiction works.
It could be happy. It could be. Let's hope. I'm gonna hope.
Let's see. What was it?
At the beginning of it, like right in the middle of the story? That's not happening. That's Empire Strikes Back time.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is
the Empire Strikes Back time. It's time to embrace the horror, Amy.
Maybe he just loses a hand. He can just lose a hand. He doesn't have to die. That's fine.
He's going full Darth Vader. Another one. Let's see, where was... Dang it, I lost my spot. Dalinar fixes the Oath Pact. Kaladin becomes the 10th member in place of Jezrien. He is able to do this by swearing the 5th ideal, which is something along the lines of, I will put the world's protection above myself. Which
Jezrien was the Herald of the Windrunners.
Well, and what does the Stormfather always call him?
Son
of Honor.
Son of Honor, Son of Tenevast.
Yeah, Son of Tenevast. It's pretty big one. Since Szeth swore an oath to follow Dalinar, when Dalinar doesn't win the Contest of Champions, Odium will force Dalinar to command Szeth to fulfill Odium's evil plans. However, in accordance with Szeth's arc, he will realize the oaths can be flawed and swear a new ideal.
Well, because that's the thing. His final ideal is to become a law unto himself, which is when he steps away from what he's sworn his.
Yeah.
I like this theory. It's a good one.
Well, I mean, Szeth has already been under the command of Taravangian before, and he didn't like it.
I could see him like, nope, and out of that.
And if he found out that he's the reason the Taravangian's Odium, that would
be extra bad.
Yeah. Well, right now, he doesn't know that Taravangian's Odium.
No, he thinks he killed him.
No. He's gonna struggle with that revelation.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was this other one? There was one more. This was one that's interesting just because I have no clue where they're going with it, but it's an interesting thought. El will turn on Odium.
Interesting.
Which is, it's just... He does seem like a wild card.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you saw how... what's his bucket?
Pursuer?
Pursuer. Yeah, the pursuer reacted as soon as he saw Elle. He was like, "Whoa,
Oh,
you're here."
Uh-oh.
And you're like, "Wait a minute, you've been going around swearing like vengeance pacts this entire book, and you're
Enacted
terrified
it.
of this guy?"
This is a bigger
I-
pond.
There's always a bigger fish.
Mhm.
Because in the end, it always comes back to prequel memes. Am I wrong?
No.
These aren't really predictions here. This is more just a space for us to sort of just make more just general predictions. I feel like this is going to be a book where we see a lot of growth from Lift.
Yeah.
Just in general, it
Yes.
feels like it's time for her to start moving. Like, we know she's good. Well, we don't know. We assume she's going to be a big player in the second half, and so I think we need to start seeing some.
Isn't she a
some
flashback
growth from her.
character?
I think she
Yeah.
is.
But I mean, so
though.
was Eshonai, and she was already dead.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a sister to replace her, so
No. Brandon has explicitly stated, just because they're a flashback character doesn't mean they'll be alive at the time of the book.
yeah, but who's gonna
I
replace her?
I don't
Realistically.
like it. No. I feel like Lift's too
She's-
important and has too many things,
What do you
especially
mean
with her
replace her?
lifelight.
I mean, like Eshonai and Venley.
We got
like-
Lift back at home.
Got Lift back at home. It's fine.
Liv's kind of too special to be easily replaced. Sorry, Eshonai, but which I missed her, but
Yeah.
I accept. I think it's more likely. We'll see. We'll certainly see her this book, but I don't think any of the back half are getting that much, except for Brayden has confirmed that Renarin is getting the most screen time he's had in all the books, which is not gonna.
That's
say
not
much.
hard though.
Yeah.
But
the time
he's
people
sort of been
forget
in the
he
background
exists.
out of necessity though, because
Yeah.
the plot
Well,
twist
he's
of Renarin's
had secrets.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only so far that you can stretch the Kelsier version of, not revealing the secret, but like, oh, that's a problem for later.
Yeah.
That only goes so far. Like one book. And then you have to, kill him. The another character that I'm expecting to see some stuff from the listeners, because we saw Venley go back with them, and we know that, and I believe maybe my memory is incorrect. I think Leshwi
Mhm.
is like they're going to take refuge with them as well, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Leshwi and all the singers who left when
Heavenly
Eshonai was
ones.
starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Words of Radiance.
Yeah.
And so I think it's time for that plot thread to come back.
I assume it'll be with the Shattered Plains, so
I could definitely see the cavalry arrives at a darkest hour type of thing
With their chasm fiend.
from the shadow. Speaking of the cavalry arriving, or cavalry, how do I say it?
The cavalry arriving? Yeah.
Cavalry. Okay, right?
Cavalry.
Okay.
Cavalry.
I'll be very disappointed if we don't get something with the Sleepless doing something in this book to help out. We know they've helped out the Radiants in the past. We know that they're players in the future, because we've seen at least one in Nightmare Painter. I'm trying to remember the name of the world, but I
Yumi.
forgot. You mean the Nightmare Painter? I forget the name of the world, but we know there's at least one there. So we know
Komashi.
that they're Komashi. That's it. Yes. Look at
I
that
think
mind.
especially because
Track.
we know what Risen is now, that they would be doing things to protect her, and I'm assuming having the world in general be safer for her would be in their best interest. So I can see them doing things to facilitate that. But they may
Yeah,
also
so
just try to move her off world. I don't know.
I expect them to be a bigger player in this.
Mm.
I also expect the Khandra that we know has been around to finally be a factor.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah,
I still
Who do you
think
think it
it's,
is?
the Contra. Oh,
Bill?
I still think it's Taravangian's Ardent, the bald one.
I have no idea who it would be. Like, I am so bad
I
at
can't remember
spotting
his
the
name.
random world hoppers unless it's really in your face.
A friend of mine had the theory that it's Taravangian's bodyguard because he doesn't feel emotions or something.
Yeah. The one without hair that Bill was talking about.
Oh,
Oh,
it's the same person.
I didn't realize he was an Ardent. Okay.
He may not have been an Ardent.
Okay.
The bald one.
I think he was. If he wasn't an Ardent, he was at least. No, he's not the Storm Warden. The Storm Warden was a different guy.
The test giver.
Yeah, because the Storm Warden was the one who wanted to go along with him.
Mhm.
And Taravangian was like, "No, you don't get to do that."
With Taravangian, I just know
That's the other thing.
his older friend, and then the bodyguard. That's all I know.
Yeah. I expect the diagram to come back too.
Moral. That's his name.
Yeah,
Oh,
Moral.
Moral.
There we go.
The bodyguard. Yeah. I mean, his name is begging to be a Khandra name as well.
Kind of it does not. I haven't
Moral.
thought of it that way, but yeah. But no, I think the diagram comes back. I think Taravangian's like, I got some people who are loyal to me.
They become a cultivodium.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
That's just what we need.
I mean, the thing is, there's lots of potential players that's the biggest advantage Odium has is that they don't know who he is, and he could try to do things that no one else would think Odium would try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you're looking left and you're not expecting stuff from the right, and you're thinking it's still. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what the original host's name was.
Race.
Race. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that was Ruin's name. Nope, that's Aiden. Okay, anyway, but I think that they keep thinking it's Ray's, and it's not. It's Taravangian. So
the other thing that I'm very intrigued to find out is clear Race had a fascination with Moash. This human who, gave up his pain. I'm very interested to see what Taravangian's opinion of this man is. Because I have a feeling that Taravangian doesn't like people giving up their pain. He doesn't seem the type.
Who knows?
I kind of get the feeling, at least my gut reaction is that he's going to look at Moash and be like, why am I bothering with this thing? And just kind of ignore him. Because,
well, especially because he was blind at the end of the last
he's
book.
blinded and they can't fix it. So
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
whatever reason.
his usefulness, I think, as far as an Todium would be concerned, is not really a thing that he cares about, is my guess.
Though I wonder if his connection with the diagram will have anything to do, because Graves was part of the diagram, right? And he was trying to recruit him,
Yeah.
and then he died, and then
Although-
all the shenanigans happened.
I think Taravangian said, he got what he deserved, sort of, very dismissively. That was one of the things I found interesting about the diagram, is that they were fully allowed to interpret it however they thought and were free to pursue their own interpretations of it. Which is just, it's a fascinating concept.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I need to go through all the things in the diagram at least one more time and just see if anything stands out now that we've seen him rise, and see if things sound different.
No, there's so much you can comb through that I'm sure there's so many more breadcrumbs that people haven't picked up on.
Well, then we got to have at
Definitely.
least a couple of death rattles that
play out, yeah.
that play out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But there was one more question that was just for funsies. It was just the what order of Night Radiant did you get on your quiz?
Oh.
And so, Bill, Amy, if you'd like to reiterate yours.
Edge Dancer.
Edge Dancer.
What about you, Libralita?
I am a Windrunner.
All right. And then I was an Elts caller. percentage wise with our audience, we have 1/3 that are edge dancers, 44% that were truth watchers, which I think is an increase from last time we did this. And then there's me, the one else caller, and we have one wind runner. But yeah, and so if you want to participate, this will be closing on Thursday. And then my goal is to have everything graded by Koloss Head Munching Day, so that I can give a
19th?
winner
Yeah.
then. That's the hope. We'll see. I am asking for leeway, everyone. These are big books. And in particular, counting all the storms will take a while.
Yeah.
But I will do it because it's really funny. I would love to just gather up a list of all the various Sander swears.
Oh, I actually had someone gave me a link to that. I think I
What?
found one. Hold on.
Oh, if someone's already done that, that would be huge. Well, it's because like one of my favorites was, I think it was Alloy of Law, where I think Wayne said like by Harmony's missing bits or something like that. It's just like, that is a swear, and you're definitely profaning something that would be holy, I guess. But there were also like by the survivors' blades, I think was one.
One concern I have about these swears is that, so there's Ash's eyes, which obviously is a reference to that, and she scratches out her eyes. But if you remember, in Rhythm War, someone says nails nuts, and I'm curious about that. And what happens with that?
I think they just went for alliteration, but I like you extrapolated being like, what's going on there?
But, well, technically, it's supposed to be nails rock buds, but Brandon thought nails nuts sounded better.
I mean, anything alliterative does sound better.
It does roll off the tongue better. Yeah, so apparently there's a Coppermine page.
I need
that says
this.
user : King of Herdaz / curses and phrases, and it's got it by Roshar, by world, and then it says it by nationality. And there's even one that says weird stuff Lift says. So it goes through to
Lift is in her own category.
She's her own category, yeah. But it has like Thalen ones and Unkalaki and like Spren ones and Shin ones. I don't know if it's all of them, but it's a lot.
Well, it's something Brandon's talked about. It's interesting to see what people profane because it indicates what people find holy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. So I just looked up Cosmere swears.
Rust and Ruin is still my favorite.
It is fun.
Just because
that's a really fun
it's one. One, alliterative again, but it also I just love the idea, because Rust wasn't one that we ever saw in Era 1. It's a specifically Era 2 swear, and it's an interesting idea of why would Rust be a swear, and it's like, well, because metal is what's holy here, and what is Rust if not ruined metal? And they have the words of founding, so they know the destruction ruin brought, and I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, these are really fun. Like, good steel, man. Preservation's wait.
So someone made a post on Reddit where they had just gotten 2 kittens and they were trying to figure out names, and my suggestion was Rust and Ruin.
Aww, it's cute.
Also, because they're destructive, the cats.
Exactly.
Kittens at that. They got little sharp claws.
But yeah, everyone, if there's a tie, the tiebreakers are first most points you get on question 10, which is the big fat bold prediction. And if that's a tie, then it's going to also, the second tiebreaker is going to be whoever was closest on the swears. So swing big.
Okay.
But yeah, so I am, this is the title belt. Everyone get your predictions in. A lot of you we're going to be seeing at Dragonsteel.
Yeah.
Everyone here is going, right?
Yes, we will be there. Keep an eye out. I will be wearing a costume. It's a closet costume, like just stuff that I had around. But I'm actually
it's quite
pleased
brilliant,
with it.
really.
I'm very pleased with it. So keep an eye out.
Amy, you're on a panel, right?
Yes, I am on
Which panel is it?
Hoyd in the Void, and it's at 2:00 on Friday. It's I think it's in Scadrial. Hold on, I will confirm that. I should know where I'm supposed to be. Yes, it is
You
in
don't want to be
Scadrial.
me running into your panel like I did last year.
Yeah, it's at 2:00 in Scadrial. Hoyd in the Void.
I'm quite excited to be able to wander around and actually just.
It's gonna be
see
weird
what's
because we've
going on.
always been tied to the booth, and now we're just free.
Which there's going to be parts of it I'll miss, but
very much
designated chair. I'll miss that.
There's probably, but then I have a panel. It's on Friday at 9 p.m. So to end the night, it's Mistborn Era 3 speculation.
They call it theorizing, but it's
theorizing. But yeah.
It's up against Dan's movie night.
Well, that will have been going for a couple hours, and there's also AI Friend or Foe or Cosmere RPG panel with Brotherwise Games at the same time. For you.
But yeah, so you know what? We probably should put what panels we're interested in going to, just so people can
find us that
if
way.
they want to.
Yeah.
And luckily, if you ever need to sit down, there's the game room, and especially if you haven't done the Mistborn playing card game yet.
Like me.
Yes, the Mistborn deck building game is a lot of fun. I've played it at 2 players and at 4 players now, and it's very different at the different counts.
And I know last year they had puzzles out and stuff. So there's other chairs kind of randomly that you can just find, and I think there's going to be the crafting area too, where they probably want you to be doing a craft, but you can find other places to sit.
Now I can't say I've gone to just a ton of conventions, but I just get the impression that this is a very good one. Amy?
Yeah, looking at it, I like FanX, which is the same location. It's just the whole building instead. But that one, there's a lot of times I'm going, about a lot of the panels. And also not they're bad panels. It's just there's so many different fandoms and things that I'm not interested in a lot of them. This one, it's really hard to pick which panels to go to. I need more of me so I can go to more of the panels, because I'm like, dang it, that one's at the same time as that one and that one and that one and that one and that one. And there's a lot of them, and they're going to be good.
I'm actually very sad because I was hoping to go to the Cosmere cooking show, but that was the only time we were able to reserve for the escape room.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't told people about that.
I forgot about that. It's a good thing you reminded me.
We're
telling them what?
That we haven't told people we're doing a Cosmere escape room.
Well, it's not Cosmere. It's
fantasy,
actually D&D
right? It's
themed.
D&D, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Cosmere specifically.
No, it'll be at Dragonsteel, but it's D&D themed.
Well, still, that's also cool. What time was that again?
11 o'clock
11
on Thursday.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you do, make sure you get as many panels as possible. It's a ton of fun. Make friends. Get messy. That type of thing. All right.
Go to Fan Holders. It's a really great panel.
Fan Holders is definitely worth going to.
I haven't been to that.
I went last year and loved it.
It's great. I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Especially if you're interested in the Dragonsteel behind the scenes.
Is that on? That's not on Thursday though, is it? It's on Friday.
Hey Bill, if you still want to do the outro,
I don't have an outro prepared.
Do you want me to do it? To read it?
If you could just pull one up when that is, but
I can.
If Amy wants to do it, sure.
I can do it.
Okay, let's be sure and promote all our stuff. Libralita, you're our guest of honor today. You want to promote your channel?
Sure. I have recently started a YouTube channel called Libralita. The tag is that Libralita, where I talk primarily about Cosmere. I did a few preview chapters, and I plan to do theories. I'm making a Nexus vlog, and then I'll be breaking down the state of the Sanderson and probably breaking down Wind and Truth once it comes out. But yeah, just doing Cosmere things.
Perfect. Amy.
My Facebook is Coincidence Cosplay and Props. My Twitter is @CoincidenceCosp because my name is too long, but like I never post on there. My Instagram is @coincidence_cosplay. My TikTok is @coincidencecosplay, and my website is still sad, and it's www.coincidencecosplay.com. But yeah, that's me. And I will be on Thursday. I think I'm going to be my take on a Dustbringer. Probably not canonical at all, but it just looks fun. Friday was going to be a surprise, but then Jordan went ahead and said it. I'm going to be my Jawa.
Oh, I thought you said that on the. Sorry, I thought you said that on
no,
the show.
I said it on the Cosmere Talk one. I did not release it to the world, but now it has been released to the world. So if you see a Jawa on Friday, it's me. I'm going to be the only Jawa there, and that's totally fine.
Okay, but if there is another Jawa, you do have to fight.
Oh my goodness! No, we're just gonna hug and dance. It'll be great. It'll be great.
No, we're putting you in the Shardblade combat.
Yeah, Shardblade combat with Jawas. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God. No, never
Amy,
would have
you
predicted
realize
that.
it has to, Shardblade combat between Jawas would be awesome. You have to do it if it happens.
Oh, I'm so getting beheaded. Anyway, and then Saturday I was gonna do Veil. So cool for the white cowboy hat.
Utini.
And then Bill.
I'll promote the other podcast that this is actually Jordan's podcast that I occasionally join. It's I think we overleveled. It's basically a bunch of us from like a bunch of college buddies, middle-aged nerds reminiscing about the good old days of like mostly in video games, and just sort of just talking about what it was like back in the day.
Yeah.
So
it's normally
we didn't do an episode last week,
and there won't be one this week because I forgot that literally the next day early in the morning we are heading to a convention.
Yeah,
I haven't planned this part out really well.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's only going to stay that way. But yeah, you can find me on Twitch, Kick, YouTube under the name Splicestream. It's been really casual lately because I've been prepping other crap, but come, it's fun. The next time, it's gonna be a while before I stream next, just due to everything that's going on. So not this Saturday, but the next one I'll be streaming, and I will be doing our trivia game. We have the Quizzard. We are revamping it based upon feedback of people who have played, and I'm looking for new people who haven't played it before. I need to play test some elements of it. So if you are available, that would be the where did you go? The 14th. Yeah, the 14th around noon. I would really appreciate you showing up because I need a little bit of feedback. So
has anyone else gotten Quizzard yet?
No, and you'll be happy to know that no one will be Quizzard like you, because that's one of the things we're changing is the final round.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We've had some issues with the gameplay of it, and it's kind of clunky, and so we're changing it up a little bit.
Okay. Well, I can do the outro if you want.
All right, perfect.
Okay. In addition to the live episodes of the show that stream on youtube.com/Cosmere Studies every 2 weeks on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, listeners can find our videos on YouTube or audio versions of the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and just about any other service that carries podcasts by searching for Cosmere Studies. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook under the profile @Cosmere Studies. Our next episode is going to be our initial reactions to Wind and Truth. This is going to be a big one. Because stuff is happening, stuff is going down. This is probably the biggest book release that has come out since we began this podcast almost 7 years ago. So there's going to be a whole lot of discussion. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure to join us in chat for the live discussion on Monday, December 16th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern at www.youtube.com/Cosmere Studies. Until then, on behalf of Amy, Jordan, Libralita, and myself, thanks for listening, and remember, there's always another secret.
I'm waving.